Hey there, toy collector friends and Doctor Who fans alike, and those people who like to dabble in figurine collecting. As you know, I don't like to enjoy the hassles of collecting figurines, but recently I did pick up, as part of a mystery box, this was included in the mystery box, and it was a £10 mystery box, so actually it wasn't bad value at all for what I got inside it. But it was, yeah, so it's part 187 from the Doctor Who Figurine Collection from our old friends. Well, I think it was, I'm assuming, oh no, maybe it wasn't. Oh yeah, so it's, I don't know who's picking it up now. I'm trying to see if there's who the manufacturer and the publisher is, but I can't see who it is. But we'll find out when we open it up, because I'm going to open it up, because it's been sitting waiting to be opened for some time, and it's making the place look untidy. Believe me, that's not the thing making the place look untidy. I'm the thing making the place look untidy. So it comes in this nice bag, which I'm going to probably destroy. I was hoping it might just... Oh, it does have some tabs. That. Get the magazine out, get the figure out, but we'll focus on the magazine first. So it's the Master, Destroyer of Gallifrey, as he appeared with the 13th Doctor. Sacha Dhawan, who I was partial to him as the Master, and he's giving us some very Master-esque vibes there down the camera. This is how he appeared in Spyfall Part 2. It is Eaglemoss, yeah. I didn't want to say the dreaded words, but Eaglemoss, I didn't think they were around when his Master was introduced, but maybe that's the case. So there's the contents of this magazine. Something you should know, everything you know is a lot. Yeah, so this is nice. Bit of background to the figurine itself. Yeah, let's have a little look at what we've got. So some info about the Master. So I've never bought sort of humanoid-esque humanoid-esque elements of this collection, as many of you long-standing will know, because I don't think as a rule they tend to do the humanoid characters very well. They screw up the faces. It just doesn't look very believable, and I've yet to be convinced otherwise. Although I will say this figure isn't too bad with what I'm seeing of it, but it does make me laugh when, I'm sure you can see it, but stubble beard. So that's a floppy fringe. So tissue compression eliminator, yeah. But purple socks, brothel creeper shoes. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, it's an interesting set of choices around what they've pulled out in terms of breaking it down. There's another picture of Sacha Dhawan. Here is some past Masters, indeed most, if not all of them, including some from Big Finish and the comics. So that's quite a nice touch. Bit of a history there. So again, I'm not surprised that the content is good, because the content has always been good in some of these things. When we get a bit of history, a lot of these things are good. So and there's the stance that we're seeing him in his figurine form. An interesting take on the tissue compression eliminators, very sort of steampunk as opposed to what we've had in the past. But yeah, again, very mastery. Compressed to impress, that's nice. Anthony Ainley, big old mastery. A bit of a timeline there for what was coming out in 2019, which I'm guessing is perhaps when the character was introduced. I feel like I should know, but it hasn't stuck with me. And there's some big asks. There's yeah, some questions. Lovely Stephen Fry. So yeah, you know what, there's a lot of stuff in there. And then 188 is Dr. Ruth, Joe Martin's peculiar doctor. Peculiar as in we don't know where it sits. Nice gun though. So that's the magazine. Hurrah for the magazine. And here we have the figure itself. So it comes in one of these, which we're quite familiar with by now. The Master, as he appeared in Spyfall, the TARDIS Deco, the 13th Doctor, because it's obviously a 13th Doctor story. Then we rotate it around, and then we can see the figure. And yeah, it's a quaint little kind of representation of the Master. I would prefer to have a character options version of the Master, certainly this version of the Master. I'd like to have all the Masters. That would be a nice set. We've had all the Doctors. It'd be a nice set from character options to give us, character toys to give us the Masters. Let's get him out of his little display box. I mean, I've said this before with things like the Cybermen and the Daleks, which I do think are quite good figurines overall, that I mean, they're always well held in here, that these do make for quite good display boxes in their own right, because again, the figures, because of how they're made, again, this is going to sound like a criticism, it really isn't. It's all these, I hate these things because they never really want to do what you want them to do, you know. And it's going to be problematic and not let me have him out of the box. I'll just rip it out like that. There's a point at which my patience is exceeded. And of course, I hadn't even noticed it was sellotaped. So that's, so again, there is a lot of yeah, all the angles are sellotaped. So as I say, there's a lot of protection here, he says. Almost to the point of annoyance. I mean, I'm not really annoyed because it's good to have these things protected, especially if you are an avid collector. But I would say the only things in this range that I've collected more or less, I wouldn't say even avidly, to be honest, because I know there's quite a few that I don't have. Can I get away with that? Yes, I can. Are the Daleks and the Cybermen. You know, the Daleks and the Cybermen are the extent of what I've collected avidly, I would say. I wouldn't even say that's avid. I picked up the collector boxes and a couple of additional figures. So here we have Sacha Dhawan's Master. And you know, this is one of those frustrating things, because now I'm looking at it, it isn't bad. I've seen a lot worse. You know, I'd be lying. Let's get this out of the way. I'd be lying if I didn't say I'd seen a lot worse in terms of figure creation and display. And I think it looks quite good. I think it looks quite good. It's not good enough. I don't know whether Sacha Dhawan would think it looks quite good, but that's another story. But it's not quite good enough to tempt me to start collecting the figurine collection. I know sometimes they get the Doctor figures that are badly, where the boxes are damaged, and so they're a bit cheaper. I've seen that a couple of times. I've had emails telling me that Master Replica or Sci-Fi Collector, I can't remember which one it is, one of them I think for sure, gets a box in that's been damaged, and so they knock it down 10 quid or something. But I just don't, they don't speak to me. I mean, some of the Doctor ones look nice, but it's a bit potluck. You know, this looks okay. It could have not done. And to be honest, it sort of only really barely looks okay. If we zoom in a bit, it's not, you know, these things are designed to be looked at and appreciated from a distance, which I get. You know, I get that. And I think that's the thing with a lot of Eagle Moss stuff and Hero Collector stuff of the time. They are designed to be admired from a distance because they are mostly hand painted, and that comes with issues. And you know, we know that from some of their starships. You know, the Star Trek starships, for a prime example, where some of the paint applications are made, they just don't tally. Like the windows are the biggest criticism I think people have. But I will say, paintwork wise on this figure, it does look very good. The purple socks, very noticeable. I need to get me some purple socks. I don't have any. I feel like I'm missing out. Yeah, so the jacket, the lines of it all works really nicely. And it is a nice collectible piece. I can understand why people would like it. As I say, it's a nice collectible piece. It doesn't inspire me to now start collecting the range. So if people thought I was going to have a change of heart, I'm not. We have, you know, the Master as he appears in Spyfall, official licensing number and BBC licensing blurb. So not dissimilar from Cybermen and Daleks. Why would it be? It's nice. It's okay. I'm not disappointed that I got this in the box. There was nothing. It's one of those things where you go, you know, it's a mystery. It's a bag actually. It's a mystery bag, so you don't know what you're going to get. I didn't know what I was going to get. And this was one of the things. There were several things. I think posters, key rings, stuff. But this was in there, so that's quite good. And you know, the value of this figure alone, you know, initial retail value I think was £9.99, which is the cost of the bag. Then there was I think there was a card game in there. I did do a video on it, so it's somewhere on my channel. There's a video of me with the Doctor Who mystery bag, so you'll see me get this out if you're it's a bit of a spoiler, but there's other stuff in there as well. It's not just this. But yeah, I quite like the detailing that they've managed to do on the mould for the tissue compression eliminator, giving it its sort of steampunk version, given when he was around having to sort of develop it. But I think it's, I don't know. I think, I'll tell you what I would buy. And obviously tell me what you think, because you might really love this collection. And I don't mean to appear to be, you know, defecating all over it, because I'm not. I know some people really love this sort of thing. It's not really my thing. But what I would do in this scale is if they released, maybe for an anniversary or something, I don't know. I think they've missed a trick by not doing it, to be honest. I would have released the pieces from the time scoop. You know, the time scoop element of the 5 Doctors, where they have all the characters, companions, villains, and the Doctors, the 5 Doctors, in the time scoop. I would have them, and then you could also release like a display base, which is the sort of sectioned off element, and you could have those. That I would buy, because that I think would be a really good collectible, and it is prop adjacent, so it would look a lot like the actual prop itself. So you've got a predetermined display base, and you've got a finite range of figures, because then again, you know that what you're going to get to go in there. You don't need to be thinking, oh God, how long is this collection going to go on for? Am I going to regret it? You know, I think that would be really good. I don't mind this. I think I might put it on one of my Doctor Who shelves, because you know, why wouldn't I? But no, it doesn't pull me in to start collecting. So if you're disappointed that I'm not going to start collecting the Doctor Who figurine collection, I'm sorry, but I honestly don't think it was ever going to happen, if I'm brutally honest with you. But if you do collect it and have collected it, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, you must think that I am wrong, because you're collecting them. So do you have a few that are less good quality in your opinion than others? Or have you had a home run? Have they all looked really great? Do let me know in the comments down below. I just genuinely find it fascinating. I'd love to know your thoughts on it. So yeah, in the meantime, thanks for watching this. Let me know down below if you like the figure. Let me know if you want the figure. I'm joking. But yeah, if you stuck around to the end, fantastic. It's been great to have you as my companion for this video. Drop a like to the video if you haven't done so yet. And if you're one of those people who are watching who don't always subscribe to the channel, or who haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. It really makes a world of difference, and I'll be so grateful. And then again, let me know in the comments if you're a new subscriber, and I'll come and say hello. In the meantime, this has been the Doctor Who figurine collection, The Master, as portrayed by Sacha Dhawan in the Jodie Whittaker era, the 13th Doctor era of the show, produced by Eagle Moss in Hero Collector, and I picked it up at a convention unknowingly, as it was part of a mystery bag, and I finally got around to opening it. So it just remains for me to say that things of beauty really are toys forever. Take care. Bye-bye for now.